water signs. Welcome to your July eclipse energy assessment, forecast, analysis, whatever you want to call it. This is a little bit different than my normal element readings that I tend to do. I am trying to dive in specifically into the changes that are being presented to us. Many of us are at a crossroads right now. There's just a lot of transformation, a lot of growth, a lot of things being cut away. Either we are feeling that we need to cut it away or the universe is cutting it away for us. We're being catapulted onto different paths, and a lot of it may not make sense right now, but I'm hoping that this reading will help you start to process why some things are happening, or perhaps why you're feeling a nudge to make some changes in your life. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. This is for water signs. And I encourage you, though, to look at the rest of your chart. I have a link down below to Cafe Astrology that will help you get some guidance as far as what other aspects could be affecting your chart. So we are comprised of much more energy than our sun sign. So I like to throw out myself as an example because I am a Sagittarius sun sign, which is fire. But out of like 13 different placements, I have 9 planets and Earth in my chart. So obviously the Earth energy, especially Taurus, is really influential to me. Now, this time for everybody, not just water signs, is profound and transformative. I think I mentioned in the air signs video, well, we have 6 retrogrades going on right now, I think, including Mercury. We have some planetary alignments that have not taken place since the Revolutionary War. There's just a lot of stuff happening right now. It's really crazy. But I think of all signs, I think water signs, especially Cancer, are probably going through the most profound transformation, growth, change, because we just entered Cancer season. Number one, there was just a new moon in Cancer along with a lunar eclipse, very powerful at the same time as summer solstice. And I believe the next new moon is also in Cancer. Don't quote me on that, but I know there's a lot of activity celestially happening in the sign of Cancer specifically right now. So if you're a Cancer sign, you might be really feeling it, or if you have Cancer in your chart. Now, I mentioned Mercury retrograde, so that is known to disrupt our communications and technology and all those things, which is probably explaining why I'm having issues with Vimeo. Vimeo is where I record the extended versions of these readings. That link is down below. I have not been able to get the air signs video uploaded there, and I may have the same issue with this one. So what I will do is I will upload it to YouTube with a private link. Then if you're interested in the extended, Vimeo is not working, or if you don't see an update from me that Vimeo is now working, then you can contact me, pay via PayPal, the $7.77 to get the extended version, and then I will send you the private link. So I apologize for that. But I do the extended readings. It's just a lot of energy expended. I buy a lot of tarot decks. It's time. It's energy exchange, and it's a lot cheaper to get a 20 to 25 minute reading for $7.77 than it would be to book a session with me. So if this is resonating, then I encourage you to follow me over on Vimeo or contact me for the YouTube link. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Usually I just pull one spread here. I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to pull 3 clarifying cards to see specifically what changes are coming, and to help clarify that, give you some direction. Then when we go into the extended, I pull another spread to look more in depth into the issues that come out here. And then I get into, dive into some guidance, some, further confirmations from spirit, some affirmations, some guidance for healing, maybe some wounds, some things that are being triggered, just to kind of give you some guidance to go forward. So we're going to go and get started. Cards have been really heavy today. It's very strange. All right, there we go. This is the Mermaid. I think it's the Mermaid Tarot. Oh my God, you guys saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle. I'm going to say right now, it came out in the air signs reading too. Oh, I can't, I'm not surprised that a lot of the same cards are coming out, because we're a lot as a collective, we're going through a lot of the same things. Wow. You guys have a lot of a lot of major arcana. Whew. All right, this is the Moonology Oracle, so we're just going to get some further guidance on that. See what's coming through for water signs, please. Okay. Use the Mystic Moon Oracles. See what changes. What is this eclipse energy bringing for water signs? There's two that wanted to come out. Yep. And the Butterfly Oracle by Doreen Virtue. Okay. See what comes up. Changes. This is a card about, or a deck about changes for sure. All right. This is so weird because the same thing happened in the air sign video. I've had throat chakra issues like the last week and a half or so. And I haven't, it kind of went away after the last couple of days. When I started these videos, it's like coming out again. Okay. Man, I can't believe all the major arcana. And I shuffled this extensively. So out of 10 cards in the spread, half are major arcana, which if you're not familiar with tarot, the major arcana out of 78 cards, there are 22. So it's not a huge majority. It's not a majority, I should say. It's not a huge portion. It's about a fifth. What? About a fifth? Something like that. Not even. And you guys got half the spread, and these were shuffled. So that just means it's stronger energy. It's more fated, destined. Again, we all have free will. So that, you know, the energies could change. I could pull another spread in 10 minutes and the energies could change. But what's interesting to me is that the air signs, the air signs video, they also got Queen of Swords. It was in a different position. That doesn't surprise me either. Eight of Cups is here too. I think the air signs had that in there extended. So and I'm giving this information in case you've watched both videos, but the Queen of Swords came out as far as something like somebody was already kind of starting to cut away things that are no longer serving, setting boundaries, that type of thing. Here, it's in the position of like a blocked energy, okay? And so what I'm getting here is that the Eight of Cups has been your energy in the last couple weeks. And I'm getting it's like you are ready. You've either started to move on or you're ready to move on from the things that no longer serve you. You are just, you know, it could be even like a toxic relationship, toxic situations. And the image on this Eight of Cups in this deck especially, I mean, it looks like she's kind of walking away in the middle of the night. And with all these cups here, I mean, I pick up on this. It's like, you know, maybe he's drank everything and like he's passed out and she's just like, I've had enough of this. Doesn't have to be that. I'm not saying he's doing that, but if that resonates, then take that, because that message, I felt like it had to come through for somebody. But I feel like there's a lot of growth and a lot of evolution that's happening for you water signs. You're starting to really want to stand up and speak your truth and set boundaries. But I feel like there's still some work you're doing on yourself. Like you're not quite ready to move on from the life that you're living, because I'm getting that you're ready, but you haven't quite taken that action, and you're very much conflicted. You're very much in your head. You're in the five of wands energy. Fives denote change, and I feel like you're being kind of propelled onto a path perhaps that you didn't anticipate. Change, I feel like the change is happening very rapidly. Wands energy is very fast because it's fire. We also have this action card. So, you know, there's some sort of action that you're being nudged or urged to take, and it's placing you out of your comfort zone is what I'm getting. And we also have the body changes going along with this. And so I picked up right away when I pulled the body changes card. I think that you are going through a spiritual awakening, perhaps a dark night of the soul, some sort, like your body is literally changing. If you're going through ascension, if you're starting, I mean, even if you've been on this path like me for 3 years, the change that I've experienced just in the last week and a half or 2 weeks, like the ascension is just, it's insane. Like I've already had a Kundalini Awakening. If you don't know what that is, Google that. But that's when all your chakras open, but the energy literally goes up your spine and explodes out your crown. It's not something you want to force, but I thought you could only have it happen once, and I've had some crazy stuff happen in the last couple weeks with my energy, just crazy stuff. And I literally, like, I'll be laying in bed, my body's vibrating, and I felt like that energy going. I literally felt like a snake was crawling up in my spine. Like I could feel the energy moving all the way up, and then it stopped, like right here. So it didn't quite come out yet. So I'm like, am I gonna have another one? I don't know what's gonna happen. But my back hurts, my spine, like your DNA is literally changing when you start going through this process. So I'm picking up on that. That I think there's kind of a knowing that's developing, that some action needs to be taken, that you need to move on from the life that you were living, the life that you thought you were meant to live, and that there's something greater. Because the fact that we've got, this is just, I don't know that I've ever seen this before, where you've got all this major arcana. And I think it's like the growth, it's like the learning, it's like maybe there's still something you keep repeating because there's still a lesson that needs to be learned, right? With the Eight of Pentacles is about self-growth. It's an awakening card for me. So the sword, the Queen of Swords, she's not quite come out yet. She's the one that's like, she's like total, I'm going to set my boundaries. I don't care who I hurt. I'm speaking my truth. I am not taking shit from anybody. I don't care if, I'm somebody, especially water signs, very emotional, very nurturing. It's like, I'm going to speak my truth now. And if it hurts somebody, you can do it in a gentle way, obviously. But the point is, you were probably afraid to make, assert yourself in that manner. And I feel like there's still something, like you're very much conflicted, and maybe you either quite haven't awakened to fully as far as what your life purpose is supposed to be, or what's happening and why these things are happening, and why you're probably having just crazy dreams and visions and feelings and things coming over that you're like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing this, and I just don't know that I feel comfortable. This is out of my comfort zone, but I've got to move on because this is no longer serving me. Whatever this, I've got to move on from this. Okay. But you're very much conflicted about it. But the beautiful thing is, you've got to have patience with yourself. We got the action card and patience. And so it's kind of like, that's kind of a contradictory thing, right? That kind of goes along with this Five of Wands energy. It's kind of like, oh my God, like I know I need to take action, but I'm not ready. I'm just kind of holding back. But I think it's just, we're going to get to this in a minute, because we also have the self-care card under here. We also have sobriety, which I was picking up on. Could be you even that's walking away from an addiction, a situation maybe where you're around people that maybe you imbibe more than you would if you weren't around them. Like you're just like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of waking up feeling like this in the morning. So that could be like the changes that you're going through, is wanting to take better care of yourself and get sober. But the amazing thing is, I mean, look at what we got. Like, that this life is no longer serving you. You're being called to do something far greater. And the moon card that you got is prosperity lies ahead. So it's just essential to know that, yeah, you're being guided in a certain way. You're being guided toward the light, and you have to, learn that lesson and really try to like dive into why, and start picking up that sword and not being afraid to do it. So the cards that like where you're going, the Emperor, I mean, this is like, if you're a male washing, this is the divine masculine energy. This is stepping into your power. As a female, we have masculine energy within us too. It's about being our own strength, being our own, power, just being the leader. So it's like, yes, you have the power to be like in this king energy. I mean, beyond king, the Emperor is like, the highest level. But the action forward of what you need to do is there's justice. There's going to be balance. But you see how there's a sword in this? I feel like there's some things that it's a little bit out of balance, because that sword is up high. It's like there's some soul contracts, maybe some things that you still haven't cut away, You haven't picked up that Queen of Swords. You haven't learned that lesson. You haven't brought that karmic justice in yet. Um, so I feel like that's maybe what's coming for you with this energy and with July, is to work through these lessons and, you know, really make that shift into the Emperor energy. Close out cycles. Yes, this totally makes sense. Close out these cycles, this stuff, and any contracts. I feel like you're kind of at the end of that rope, end of that cycle right now. And this eclipse energy, with it being in the sign of Cancer, with entering in Cancer season, it's going to push through, because look, we've got the World, major arcana. That's about closing out cycles. It's about entering a whole new world. It's about just, you know, kind of like the full combination, coming full circle. Right after that, Judgment. Judgment is also a karma card for me, just like Justice can be. It can be past life karma. It's kind of like learning all these lessons, and like, it's like looking at your past self. See, like in this bubble, it's like, this is who you were. You were trapped. You were like not enveloping into your full self. And it's like, now it's like Judgment Day. It's like, yeah, I've moved beyond all this stuff. I'm ready for the next level. I'm getting very strongly like ascension through here. Working through some emotional triggers, staying strong, because we've got emotions coming up. Trusting the heavenly signs that you're being given. Religion and spirituality, that's huge. Like, again, the awakening, the epiphanies, the things that are coming forward. So strength, this is also a major arcana, just to state you're going to stay strong through all this. Ace of Swords is a new beginning, fresh start. It's a difficult new beginning because you had to pull out that sword and cut away the things that no longer serve you. But look what's lying ahead, prosperity. Okay, so this one went a little bit longer. I'm going to go over and do the extended, and we're going to pull another spread and dive more into some of the healing and some of the things that you need to still do. You know, some of the lessons, we're probably going to get into that, since a lot of that stuff came out with karma and whatnot. So we'll dive into that. If I see you over there, that would be wonderful. But either way, I hope you have a fantastic month, water signs. Till next time.